Okay. All right. We are officially live. It is 6 o'clock. All right. Let me give people a few seconds to come on in. Come on in, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to yet another episode of Heightened and Enlightened, the live show. Yeah.
How was your weekend, sis?
Man, I'm going through female issues, so I am tired, tired, tired. But we're gonna
I
keep it
feel you.
pushing.
I
So
definitely
yeah,
feel you. That's crazy.
bro, go on there and share out. I'm gonna share out. Make sure I tap everybody in. Boom, boom. Yep, gotta get everybody. Y'all come on in, come on in. I wish there was an easier way to do all this.
Yeah, I know. A simplified way to share it all out all at once. Man,
Yep,
I'm telling you, that would make things so much easier. Even
it
I would
really
do it.
would. Man, it really would, but you know what? It is what it is. We're gonna make it work. So I'm sharing out. I'm just pushing. So everybody gonna get a notification with me today.
I know that's right.
Boom.
I see Michelle's already on there. How you doing, Michelle?
Hey Michelle. Look, you always on time. That's why we
Man,
love you. On time. That's what I'm talking about.
I
Hey
appreciate you,
Bree, I
Bree.
see you on there. Thank you, Bree. You guys, highlight, highlight, share out. Y'all say hey. Don't be just creeping without speaking. Y'all know what to do. We appreciate y'all.
Definitely.
Okay, once I do my little last highlight, then I'm gonna get this thing popping. You can't hear Damien in the background, can you?
Uh-uh.
Okay, good, cause he on that game, and you know how them kids get.
All the good old days. I can't sit around and play no games now.
I can't, but you know what? There's
Unless
some
it's on my
bright,
phone.
there's some bright individuals I know that play the game all the time. So I
Yes,
just be like, you know what? It's not me, but to each his own.
definitely.
Especially you already know having brothers that are game heads. So
Definitely.
because you already know Cass and Kyle are the two biggest game heads. And they're actually very intelligent. So look, and that
For
has to
real.
do with education and learning. So you know what I'm saying?
Hey, for sure.
Oh, Michelle, it's okay. Last week you were late, but hey, that's the good part about this because you can always go back and watch the replay.
And
So,
better late than never.
right, right. So we appreciate it all.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So, to give you guys formal introduction, welcome to tonight's episode of Heightened and Enlightened, the live show. I'm Shay. This is Rolo. We are in the building tonight on this Sunday. Um, just to kind of recap, last week we kind of touched on love, life, and healthy relationships, and what that looks like, and what you do when your cup runs over, and what you do when people become too much for you. If you
Right.
guys want to catch last week's episode, you can always go back and catch the replay. Tonight, we're going to be talking about education, informal versus non-formal. I was doing some research and I seen there's a non-formal definition of education as well. And what's best for you? What resonates best for you? We're going to dive into that tonight. Talk about different ways how to make learning fun and the importance of continuing your education, whether it is formal or informal. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do tonight. I posted the question of the day a little late, y'all. So for you guys that did not catch it, it's up there, but that's my bad because Wednesday was crazy work. But the question of the day was, um, I think it was, which form of education do you believe is more beneficial? Formal education, which is classified as like traditional learning, school, college, university, or informal education, which is classified as life experiences. Like, which one do you guys think is more beneficial? I mean, because they both have major benefits. And this is an interesting topic because
Right.
everybody has different learning languages and they look at education differently. But
Right.
I feel as long as it leads you to a heightened and enlightened place, you're winning. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
However you choose
I
to learn.
agree.
Yes, because
I
we both
agree.
have had to learn really different. Like I could say, Rolo, which one do you think is more beneficial? Just being for real.
Uh, for me, I'll just speak from my experience. I would probably say informal, definitely, because
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like you're already going to school. Let's say you're already going to school. We're not even going to get into college, but you're already going to school. But the lessons you learn outside of that, like at home, those are going to
Yeah.
be the ones that typically stick with you the most and are going to resonate with you the most. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because there's a lot of lessons to be learned in just everyday life. In fact, most of the most brutal but successful lessons that people have learned have been just from life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not knocking formal in any way, but in my personal opinion, I definitely would say informal would would take the cake for sure.
Yeah. That one I'm a little on the fence. I'm passive about
Right.
because from personal experiences for me, growing up, like my parents didn't stress the importance of going to
Education.
school and
Yeah.
graduating. They stressed education, like learning. Like my mom had us reading at home and we did stuff at home. But as far as like they never stressed school. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Right.
dropped out in 10th grade. I'm gonna just be honest about it. I dropped out in 10th grade. But I'm highly intelligent. And for me, it's like the life experiences, yes, taught me a lot, showed me a lot, like I witnessed a lot. But as I got older, those life experiences they only took me so far. Like eventually I did have to go back to school and get that
Formal. Yes.
certification. Yes, and get some type of formal education. That way on paper it would look just as good. So for me, I feel like both. And that is the definition of um what did
Informal.
I say? No, what did I say? Informal, informal. We got formal, informal, and unformal. So that would be
I would
considered.
say unformal.
Yeah, I was about to say that would be considered
Yeah.
unformal education, which is a mixture of both, which is
Of
not
both.
necessarily structured in school, but even getting a certification is informal because it's a
Right.
little bit of both. It's hands-on experiences
Right.
and you're structured, you're learning, reading materials and
Yep.
following a certain type of curriculum.
I
So
would
for
have to
me,
say
I feel
I'm
like
with you on that for sure.
yeah, I feel
Yep.
like both are beneficial depending on who you are and how you learn. Because I know some people that learn really good when it comes to experiences and they get it and they can
Right.
run with it. But I know some people who literally need that structure
They
because
need the
there's certain
classroom
things
setting.
about, yeah, there's certain
Yeah.
things even about me that I need structure, especially being in healthcare. Like, I love healthcare. I love learning about the human body, the brain. I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
But there's certain things for me that I need to be in a classroom learning. Like I have to be reading, writing, participating with teamwork. Like I got to be doing the whole nine. But then there's a lot of stuff, especially in healthcare, that you have to be hands on. You have to
Right.
gain experience. So for me, I feel like they're both beneficial personally.
I
Okay.
I definitely agree. Like I like learning no matter formal or informal or unformal. Like
Right.
I like learning. I don't care what it is. Seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, that's me. I got a thirst for knowledge. Like I
Yeah.
want to learn however I can learn it. If someone
Yes.
tells me, if I'm researching, if I'm hands-on, like I just love to learn new things. And my favorite saying is you learn new things every day. That's my
Yeah.
favorite saying
For
because
sure.
when you're truly applying yourself, learning is actually fun and actually easy.
It is. I loved college. Like I that's what I was saying. Like I absolutely loved it. Like it was a great experience. And I turned around and went back. Like
Mhm.
so
Okay, here's another question I got for you and the audience. Um, do you feel that do you feel that a person should go straight to college right after high school, or do you feel that a person should take a break and like get to learn themselves and then go? Like, how do you feel like that should be? And I'm asking you because you have kids that you are guiding in, to these next stages of life. So what do you prefer as a parent?
Um. Well, first of all, I feel like everybody. I feel like we all should go back to college, like right after high school. Like, I feel
Yeah.
like one of the worst things I did was waiting until later on. I still did it, but I feel like I should have done it sooner. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because it would have put me in a different position as far as everyday life right now. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, what I went to school for them isn't even what I chose to do as a career. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
really?
I chose, yeah, I went to school to learn how to build aircraft and aerospace engineering, but I ended up just opening my own business. You know what I mean? So I didn't
Okay.
even.
So what made you pivot?
Uh, really, I had a stroke, and the stroke made it to where I can't work around heavy machinery. Now I have a
Yeah.
pacemaker. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
have to be real choosy as far as career choice. That's not saying I still couldn't be in the aerospace industry. I just wouldn't be able to do what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And sometimes that does happen in life, like, because I had to pivot
yeah,
myself.
but I'm glad I
It's-
did. You know what I mean? Like I really am. I'm not even gonna lie. Like it sucks that it had to happen, but I'm glad that it did because it opened my eyes to a lot of things that I feel like I would have been otherwise blind to, and education is one of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like first of all, I feel like nobody should ever have to pay that much to go to school and learn how to do something.
Right.
Like that's crazy.
Right.
That's absolutely
Right.
insane. Like, but
Right.
I feel like a lot of the stuff they teach you, they could they could just essentially teach you organically, not necessarily like in a classroom setting, depending on what it is. Aerospace, you definitely want calculations and all that shit to
Yeah.
be precise. You know what I mean? So when it comes to that, I understand it, but some
Yeah.
things I feel like, hi Ashley.
Hey, Ashley. Okay, before we get too ahead, because I got to keep up with the comments. So,
Yeah.
okay. So we have Michelle. I agree, whichever works to gain experience for life. Yes, we're in
Yes.
agreement. She says, my stepdad only had sixth grade education. He worked hard throughout his life. Sometimes I feel in certain situations, hard work will get you further than just sitting down, reading and writing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where the experience part comes in.
Yo, some of the
Um,
most successful people I know didn't finish school and they turned out to be very successful people. So I mean, it just all depends on the person
yeah, yeah.
for
And
real.
she also says, I wish I would have put more of an effort into college. I wasn't ready for college after high school. See, Rolo, I feel a little different than what you feel when it comes to education. And those of you, hey, bro, hey, Trey, I see you
What's
popping in
happening?
here.
Yeah.
um for everybody that's just now coming in here, we're talking about education, informal versus formal versus informal. Those are the three types of different education and what works best for you, like which one resonates best for you. Formal education is classified as going to school, following a structured curriculum. Informal education is more so life experiences. And then you have informal education, which is a mixture of both. Like that could be like going to a trade school, something not so traditional, but you're still learning. Like it's a
Right.
mixture of structured and unstructured. So
Right.
that's what we're talking about today, kind of what resonates for you. Now to tailor back to go backwards, when it comes, I feel when it comes to our kids graduating high school, I feel that it depends on the personality because my oldest one, Takia, is a lot like me, like personality wise, how she learns. School was not traditional school. I'm gonna say formal education was not like good for her. I mean, she graduated high school by the grace of God. Thank God. She graduated high school. She walked across that stage. But I seen and I noticed how much she struggled. So for me as her mother I was like, you know what? Take time off. And she's doing really well with herself. Like, no, she has not went to college, but she's still doing well. She has great job. She's making good money. Like, I'm proud of her. Proud of you, baby. If you watching, I'm proud of you. But
Definitely.
like she's doing good. So I've noticed that with her. Now, my second, Shauna, she's graduating, wants to go straight to college. She knows she's going to be in the nursing program. She's going for her BSN. We already getting it ready for her. Like, we've already been doing things. Shauna's going to be, that's her route. Like, she loves
I
structured
love it.
learning. And
Yeah.
yeah, and I love that for them. But I noticed that each individual is different. Like, for me, being for real, I was not a good structured learner either. Like, school was boring for me. Sitting there all day, especially elementary, high school, all that. That's why I dropped out, because I felt like it wasn't beneficial. I felt like I'm not learning nothing, like I'm not able to take nothing from this. And it took me personally to live life, have experiences. So I went through informal learning first. And then when I was 30, when I chose to finally go back and go, get my GED and go to college, because I got my GED and instantly went to college. When I decided to do that, to be honest, for me, college was easy. Like, my grade
Hey,
point
boss.
average was, it was
For real.
3.78. Like, I was almost 4.0. And that's only because I got a C in computers. Uh, but as far as everything else, it was easy, because psychology, English, math, all that stuff, I applied it to what I went through in life. Like, the
Yeah.
psychology scenarios and, breaking down, just the brain and how things work. Half of those things I wrote about, my English papers and psych papers, I applied it to what I had
Life
already been through.
experiences. Yeah.
Yeah. And it
Yep.
did good. Like, and then after I graduated with my associates, I went back and got another certification, and I did good in that too. I got 4.0 in that. Like, everything was good, because for me, I found out that I am a person that needs informal learning first before I can do the formal learning, because with me, I guess I'm just backwards. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
don't think it's necessarily backwards as much as it is. I think a lot of what we are being taught is common sense. It's just basic knowledge. You know what I mean? Like, and
bro,
that's why I
common
feel.
sense ain't so common.
I'm just saying, but that's why I'm saying. Like, that's why I feel like it's. I won't say easy, but it's not as challenging for somebody like us to come from where we come from, go
Yeah,
and get a formal education, and it doesn't really challenge us because we've already been through so
yeah,
many challenges throughout life. And that's not necessarily negative. Not all the challenges we went through were negative, because obviously we still here. But I'm saying, like, a lot of the things we learned, we just picked up from
yeah,
what we had experienced and what we had went through. So when it came
yeah.
to applying that in a college situation, it just seemed like it just came natural. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And I
That's
feel like
yeah.
like that's why I feel like it's more important to have that informal education, because it can be applied to any and every situation,
Yeah. Yeah, and that's real. And that's the thing I feel like when it
and
comes
it's
to
free.
society. Yes, that is free, but I feel like I feel like a lot of people don't realize that. Like, there's so many different ways to soak up knowledge. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And they teach you, go to school, go to school, go to school. Now, I do, like I say, learning is very important.
yeah.
Education period is important, but the way that you learn and how you choose to educate yourself can greatly
That's
differ.
what's gonna
Like,
stick with
extremely
you.
differ.
Yeah, like
Right.
that's what's gonna stick with you the most.
Right. And hold on, I gotta address these comments because, bro, Trey, yes, you finally freaking caught a live, and I'm glad that you were able to catch a live. No, because Rolo, this is one of my other bros, but every time he always hits me up afterwards, and he'd be like, "Oh man, I need to catch a live." So this is actually a good thing he finally caught the live.
Nailed it.
And so Michelle says, I've seen people be successful with and without degrees. Yes,
Yep.
ma'am. Me too. That's how I know
Yep.
it's obtainable. And then Trey says, I went to college and never used my degree, ended up opening a trucking company based off of the things I learned from the jobs I had. So I
Yep.
believe hands-on experience is what works best for me. Yes,
My
like, and
brothers. Yep.
that's what I believe in. Hey,
And
bro,
that's what
more
I'm
power to
talking
you.
about. Hell
You know,
yeah.
I love to see my people doing something great, especially young. Like it's beautiful
Yeah.
to see young people going far in life and really, you know what I'm saying, achieving their goals. So I love it. Hey, bro. Oh Lord, Robert's on here. And so, yes, okay. So Michelle says, I knew a girl that went back to college and cried when she got a B plus in a class. She more or less gave up. Well, you know what? I feel like Michelle, that's a
I would have cried too, but I wouldn't have quit though. I
no,
wouldn't
but
have
yeah,
gave
that's
up.
what I'm saying. But that's another type of pressure. And I'm gonna say that when you have like, because it also depends on your family and your background, you know, where you come from and how you look at education. Because there were times when I was in college that I wanted to do good so bad that, yes, I was stressing, crying. I was upset one time when I got a B because I knew I deserved an A. So,
Man.
I mean, I went through that. Now, as far as giving up, no, I think that just the individual basis because I'm a fighter. When fight or flight kicks in with me, I fight every time. I'm always going to fight. So I fight through everything. So for me, like there were times to where, yeah, I wanted to give up in college. It was
Yeah.
definitely, especially reading all those psych papers and that big old book and just reading all that. It got to the point to where I was at the eye doctor every week because my eyes were like getting tired, but I didn't give up because that's how important learning is to me.
Right.
And so that's something is being put on my spirit to tell you guys. If you ever get overwhelmed and frustrated, take a breath, Taylor, try again, and just know that there's other ways that you can make learning fun. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only stressful because you're putting that stress on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Once you learn to you can kind of just relax a little bit, learning becomes fun. And I used to make it fun for myself.
Yeah.
Like I said, I found a way to like psychology and English and math because I made it fun. Like I made it fun for me because everything I applied to myself, even if I'm counting, the little video says, if Jimmy got four apples,
Right.
that was me. I applied everything to personal experience.
Man.
So,
But that's
oh,
that's
bro,
why.
thank you for the stars. Thank you. And Robert, you just graduated. You know what? I would say congratulations, but I know you and I know that you're playing. Thank you for the stars, brother. I'm not about to play with you, Robert. He always talking about he graduated.
Man.
He said he graduated.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know. I like education no matter how it comes because I feel like I just I like to learn. Everything I learn can definitely be applied, but if we apply what we learn the right way, we could be so unstoppable as far
Right.
as mentally and physically and financially. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that seems to be everybody's end goal at the end of the day. And like my end goal is not I don't want to be rich. I want to be
Yeah.
wealthy. You know what I'm saying? I want to be wealthy. I want to be comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what
I
I'm
want to
talking
be
about.
free, whatever
Like
that looks like. Like I'm
you
chasing
want
freedom.
you want to be what? Free? Yeah,
Free. I'm
financial
chasing freedom.
freedom is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not, I mean, financial freedom brings forth all
Other
type of other
freedom.
freedom.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for me, I'm chasing freedom,
Well,
whatever that
if
looks
you
like.
want
I
to talk
want to,
about freedom, I feel like the only way to be able to sustain the ultimate successful freedom is to own the ground in which you live and
yeah,
have control over everything you put in your body as far as food.
yeah. And for
You
that
know
to
what I mean?
happen, bro, you already know you have to be financially free.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I want to thank y'all for all the stars. Like we appreciate that because I've been seeing it pop up. Man, I thank you guys so much. Michelle, Robert, y'all coming through tonight. Okay,
Yeah.
Robert says, all right. He says he graduated from the street. See, I knew it was some BS. He
Yeah.
graduated from the streets. Now I want to be in the class. I think I'm mentally ready for it and more prepared. And you know what, bro?
And
I
I
think you
believe
are
that
too.
too.
Like,
Yep,
I believe you are too.
I
And I know
definitely.
you can do it because we come from a line of some smart individuals and
Yeah,
we're very innovative. So it's just up to you to apply yourself in the correct way. But I know you can do it. And you know, if don't nobody else believe in you, I always will.
I
So
believe in you for sure. Cause I already
yeah,
know how smart he is, so I already know I ain't tripping.
man.
But
And
like,
hey, Auntie, my auntie's on here, Miss Cynthia Wells. Hey, Auntie. And yes, she says everyone learns in a different way. That is so true. Very true. And that's what we're talking about tonight, you guys. We're talking about for everybody that's just now piling in. You guys know I'm always gonna recap for y'all because y'all just now coming in. Hey D, I see you coming on in. But
yeah,
tonight we're talking about different types of education: formal, informal, and unformal. Because I feel like a lot of people don't know about the unformal one. I didn't even learn about that until I was reading today. Like, I try to read up on, things that we're talking about, so I know what I'm talking about, y'all. And as I was reading the different types of education, there were three. I already knew about formal and informal, but I didn't know about unformal. And unformal is a mixture of both. So, my question to you guys that I already asked earlier, but for you guys that were not here, which type of education do you feel is more beneficial for you? Do you feel formal education is more beneficial, which is structured learning in the school, in a classroom, or informal, which is experience, learning from your family, your friends, the streets, whatever, that's experience, or unformal, which is a mixture of both? Like, do you need both, like me? Because I'm an unformal
unformal.
learner.
Yeah,
I'm unformal learner, like all across the board. I need both. Certain situations, I
I
need to
feel
be in the
like you
classroom.
need
I need
both. Yeah,
structure. And then other situations, I'm a free bird. I want to be able to learn how I want to learn when I want to learn. So,
yeah.
so yes,
I feel like it's appropriate for everybody to have the knowledge of both. Honestly,
yeah,
just to be able to
yeah,
maneuver through day to day life. You know what I'm saying, and keep yourself out of certain situations. You need both because you need to be able to know what to look for. You know what I mean?
yes. Ashley says experience is always going to teach the most.
And
And
that's a
yeah, I
fact.
agree. I agree. See, for me, I agree, but I think just for me, when it came to what I needed, because experience taught me a lot, but when it came to starting my business, when it came to getting my certifications, experience helped, but it could only get me so far. That's
Right.
why I feel like the informal learning, because experience is informal. And I feel like unformal because you do eventually you need a little bit of both. Because even let's just say you don't graduate. We know millionaires that didn't finish school. So let's
Yeah.
just say you don't finish formal, you don't finish formally. You're still going to have to educate yourself by reading and doing other things. You're still going to have some type of structure to really get that business off the ground. Like,
Yeah.
whether you're reading about finances, whether you're reading about business management, whether you're reading about stocks and bonds, whatever it is, you're going to have some type of structure. So
Yeah.
for me, I'm just,
You need the three R's for sure.
hey, Howard, you finally called it episode 2. Look, everybody trickling in. I love y'all. I feel so loved tonight. He said,
Hey, she
okay.
said
So,
Chat GPT taught her all about starting her business. Nah,
really,
period.
Ashley.
Period, Ashley.
And
Period.
I know it did
Period.
because she a chat GPT queen.
Is she'll pull up chat,
Yeah.
she'll pull up chat real fast.
See, and I don't use chat GPT. And this is me personally. This is not down in no one else that uses chat GPT. But I don't, for the simple fact that okay, the brain is a muscle, period. I'm gonna just tell you my perspective. Y'all can agree with
Yeah.
it or not. I don't care. But the brain is a muscle. The more we use it and the deeper we dive into it when it comes to the thought process, the better that we will be. So for me, I don't ever want to depend on an outside source for my thoughts and my thinking, even if it takes me a little longer. Like, there are certain questions I could ask Chat GPT that would make things easier, like when it comes to my headings and descriptions and certain things that I do on social media. But for me, I'm not going to do that, because the more I exercise my brain, the more my thoughts will flow. And I believe that strongly. Like, I have a whole different perception when it comes to this AI generated stuff. Like after a
Yo,
while,
it's
this stuff
not
gonna be
just that.
smarter than us if we keep feeding it.
We're
You know,
just
so
we're more spiritually like we're spiritually in tune. Like, I don't play with the AI and none of that stuff either. But I feel like some of that stuff is a little bit harmless for sure, especially chat.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that.
But
That's
they generate their answers based off of the conversations you have with it. So it's getting to know you.
stealing,
So
stealing shit.
but hey, that's just my opinion. That's just how I feel. I am one of them people that even when it comes to like my books with my business and how I do stuff, I still write. I still have my flow sheets and everything. I still itemize. I'm with pen and paper. Like I have files for each client. Like I still do stuff like that because I don't want to depend on technology too much because
Nah, I feel
one
that
day this stuff
it's
might
gonna be
crash.
obsolete.
Yeah, and we still got to use this up here because this is what we were given, from day one. We were
The
given this
crazy
for a
thing is
reason.
I be telling my sons that like, yo, man,
Really?
because I got paper maps. Like I use paper maps. So I keep them in my sling bag and shit. And they're like, why don't you
Hmm.
just type it in your GPS? I'm like, bro, because if you can't read a paper map, you ain't gonna know where to go any damn how. What if your phone quit working? You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna know where to
Yeah,
go?
yeah,
So I don't know.
yeah.
I don't really like
I mean,
technology that much either, but I'm not so old school that I like feel like I can live without it. There's some stuff I just refuse to live without. Um,
yeah.
but like starting in August all the way to like March, have to
Uh,
have like a TV. After that, I don't really care.
did you say from August to March you have to have a TV?
Yeah,
Why just from August to March?
because I only really care about football. Outside of that,
Oh,
really.
you got me with that one because I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what?
Yeah, August
He
to
said
March. So,
football, see that?
yeah, that's it. That's all.
Okay. Oh my lord. Okay. Back to some comments. So Michelle says, I can say I made more money than people my age in my 20s versus people who had a degree. If I would have not gotten sick, I would have been making ridiculous bank today. Okay. I hear that. My auntie, Miss Cynthia, she says combination of both.
Yeah.
And then Howard I already told you, hey, so I ain't gonna go back over that. But then we have Ashley. Chat GPT taught me all about starting my business, not school. Okay. And then Ashley says, I don't have a degree and my AGI is higher than a lot of people who went to school for years. I hear that. Snaps to you, sister.
Period.
You are right. And then Michelle says, we can defeat a generation or two by writing cursive. Hey, you know what, Michelle? You just hit something right there.
No, for real, because I can literally send letters like that and nobody will know what they say.
Yes. But you know what? My 8-year-old, well, y'all out there don't know Prince personally, so I got to say my 8-year-old. But bro, Prince wants to learn cursive. So I write in this journal, like, and I write notes to my kids as much as I possibly can. I don't do it every day like I want to, but I write in a journal so that way when I transition, my kids can read this journal. So I write in cursive. Like it depends. Most days I write in cursive. Every now and then, if I really want them to see what I'm writing and read it, be able to read it, I'll write it in, regular. So Prince one day was over my shoulder trying to read. And so I'm just writing and he's trying to read it. I said, well, you can't read this, Prince. And he gonna say, well, mom, teach me cursive. So he wants to learn cursive. And I'm like, man, just by teaching this 8-year-old cursive, he's going to be so far ahead of the gap.
I'm telling you for real.
So yes, my kids in my house, we will learn cursive because I tell them everything that they need to know about me, the policies, everything is going to be in this book. So if you can't read cursive to all 4 of my babies, I don't know what to tell you. You better figure it out. That's how I'm gonna make
Cursive
you learn.
cursive is mandatory for real.
It is.
That
It
shit is
is.
mandatory. When we go and they find handwritten letters in cursive, that them shits are gonna be artifacts.
Yeah. They're gonna have to, what is it called? Transcribing it.
Yep, translate.
They're gonna have to
They have to
transcribe and
find
translate.
translators, yeah, to
Yeah,
read
they're
it
gonna have to
because
do
it's in
all of that.
cursive.
And so, yeah, Ashley said it's like having a decade of foreign language to this new generation, and that's straight real.
For
Like that's why
real.
I'm like, my house, they're gonna have to know cursive because I'm telling you, the life insurance policies, everything, I'm writing all that in cursive. If you can't read it,
Everything.
you ain't getting nothing.
Yeah. If you can't read it, that
So,
means it wasn't meant for you.
yep. So that's how we gonna do it.
For real.
So Aunt Candy says kids these days don't know how to write. Well, she says don't know how to write regular. Let them what? Hold on, Aunt Candy.
Let
I don't know what you
alone
got
in
going.
cursive.
Oh, right. Let alone in cursive. Well, we're gonna assume that's what you meant, Aunt Candy. So
That's
yeah, you're right. You're right.
they
Well, I don't
gonna
know. I like the little bubble style writing that these kids got nowadays. It's big and bold.
for real.
Big and bold letters. They write legibly.
You're ridiculous.
No, I'm
No,
serious.
I don't know. I wish I just I feel like the education we got was a little more educational and informative when we were kids. Cause
Yeah,
we actually had to do shit. You know what I'm saying? We
yeah,
didn't have to look up the dimensions and build that shit out of graham crackers. You know what I'm saying? Like we actually built this shit. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I'm not hating, but we actually hands on
yeah.
built this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they just don't do that. Like they don't do any of that now. Now everything is so technologically advanced that now they just learn about computers. And she said decode, not decade.
You know. Oh, really?
She get on my nerves.
Yeah, because I'm not even going to entertain Ashley because you're behind the scenes. So you stay out there. Don't get to being funny in those comments.
I
Yeah.
fucking love her. That's it. Let
You
roll over
see,
the comment.
see, you got me thugging on live.
Man.
But anyways, but
No,
yeah,
I feel like
Ashley
we
said,
I feel
let
like we've
Rolo read the
learned
comment.
I feel like we've learned so much because we had to. Because we grew
Yeah,
up in a time where there was no real technology, and
yeah.
then
Well, we were
now
at the
we're in the
beginning of it because that we
technology
they
boom.
started it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we was at the beginning, they still had them damn big ass brick cell phones when we was kids. You know what I'm saying? And then they switched from that to like the big ass flip phones.
I remember
Like
all of those.
I'm not gonna say no more because then we just telling too much
Who
about our age. But
cares? They
like,
already know how old we are.
damn, you're right. But rotary phones, like we're just now really like floor model TVs. That motherfucker be green until it warm up so you can see the color.
Yeah,
Like,
no, ours had color as soon as you started up.
oh, see, y'all was rich. Rich, rich.
Everyone should just share the live out publicly real quick. Yes, you guys should. I
Yeah,
reshared it already, Ashley, but thank you from being from behind. Thank you for advocating for us from behind the scenes.
I know.
And
I
next
love
week, just
her.
go ahead and step on up. You know.
You hear that?
But
An encyclopedia. Yes.
yes. You know
Yes.
what? I still have encyclopedias in my house. In my bookshelf, I still have encyclopedias. And I still have the older dictionaries, because they change them all the time and
Yes.
add new words and crazy stuff. So I still have the older dictionaries and I still have a set of encyclopedias for my kids.
You
And
know
yeah,
what? I
when
was just thinking about because somebody had just posted something about them selling encyclopedias, and they had every single last one of them, and they
yeah,
wanted
because I
like
think I'm missing like
$5,000
10.
for them.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, but they quit making them a long ass time ago.
I know. You
So
know what?
like that to me, that would be a good investment. But anyways, like that shit would be super dope. Like super dope. I
Hmm.
don't know. I don't know, man.
I'm with
I
Michelle though,
miss
because
the old days, but I do like the modern amenities. You know what I mean?
really? What,
Yeah.
like the technology, the easy access?
I mean, I miss the durability of the old days and the simplicity of everything. Because let's just be honest, it was way easier for me to get on a computer and uh play Oregon Trail.
I remember that game.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was easier for me to do that back then than it is for me to do that shit now. But I'm just saying, like, I feel
Yeah.
like the durability and the simplicity of everything back then was just was just simple. It was easy. It was simple. Everything was easy. You know what I mean? But now I feel like technology kind of not only makes everything difficult, but it makes everybody lazy.
Ashley's stupid because she know my facial expressions and she talking about Shay ready to sell them all. You know what? He did light a light bulb. Because them encyclopedias might get sold next week. Who want them? Because
Y'all
nah, she
both are
actually
ass.
childish for that though. She
Get
childish for that though.
get off of here playing.
Because I was really sitting there like,
She said, oh, really?
oh
Is that right? And
really?
how much did you say? Oh, okay.
Right now, I just think,
So, hmm,
hmm. That was,
hmm.
I was one of them.
Yeah, that's the light
Hmm.
bulb definitely popped on like bing.
But no, I mean, I like the information. Every now and then I'll go back and read them. So, but yeah, she caught me off with that one. She caught me off guard with that one.
Nah, hey, that's
Oh,
real though. That's why I like books. Like when people give away
yeah.
books, I get them. I have to. I have to get them because I'm telling you, paperback, hard copy books is where it's at. It's where
Yeah, I
it's
still buy paperback and hard copy books.
hell yeah,
Like
and I always will. I
yeah,
always will. For
I'm
real.
telling you, for me, I love learning, but I just don't ever want to be too dependent on all this technology because
No.
for me, I feel like, and y'all that don't know me, I can be quote unquote a conspiracy theorist, you know what I'm saying? But the things that I believe is what keeps me structured and grounded in life. And it's what keeps me going because I really feel like with this technology, the best way to get a person or a mass crowd of people is to make them dependent. And once they're dependent, if you take it from them, you take everything. You take
Yeah, it's
life.
hypnosis.
For me, and this has been scientifically proven, people have done this for generations. So for me, I just don't ever want to be the ones that is solely dependent on anything,
Yeah.
especially not technology. Because if we got everything in our phones and everything on our tablets and our computers, when this stuff crashes, what are you going to have?
You know, most people don't even know uh each other's phone numbers and shit no more. They can't just
Half
tell
the
you that
people,
shit
I
by
don't even know
heart.
their phone numbers anymore, but I know the important people. Like I could call,
Yeah,
I
for
would be able
sure.
to call my important peoples.
Yeah,
So
but outside of that, and
yeah,
when I
no,
say important people, there's only maybe like three or four. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I just it's just become too easy. You know what I'm saying? We don't get a pencil and a paper no more and write the numbers down like we used to.
I still do. I got a book, address book, and everything.
That's because you can't see.
You sure right? I don't give a dang.
The button
But
got to be as big as a damn calculator so you
first
can
off,
see
my buttons on my phone are huge, so I can see them. Second of all,
it. You're
I like to
ridiculous.
look at physical addresses and phone numbers.
I got you.
So yes, why you playing? Okay, so back to the comments. So Michelle says, I have an encyclopedia about 1970 year I was born. There were computers back then, of course, the size of a football stadium.
No,
Yes.
for real, she's not lying. It took three people to pick this damn computer up and put it on one of them cards.
Not that you said she ain't lying.
Not.
But hey, that's what's up though. That encyclopedia might be worth a lot, Michelle. and Ashley put those encyclopedias are gone. Yeah, give me about a week. And then
She said, good luck with doing this. We're gonna get on the phone and just call each other three-way.
what?
She said,
What are you talking? Oh, you're at the
good luck having
bottom.
a podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, good luck having a podcast. Right. If everything crashes, even the podcast. We wouldn't even, that's what I'm saying. There's just so much that we would be dependent on.
No, I'm
But
not. Hey,
even
you
with
know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna trip for real. I'll go out here with a fishnet, catch me some pigeons, and I'm gonna
ew,
send notes to everybody.
not that you said catch the pigeons. No, why don't you just go back to writing letters and depending on the mail?
Nah, I'm gonna take it back even further than that.
He
I'ma just
said the
strap that
pigeons.
shit to a pigeon and send it to you.
Oop. Oh dang, y'all, my phone fell. We figured it out,
She said,
y'all.
"Oops."
My phone fell. We got it back.
Man. No, that shit's
The
funny.
only thing I can do digitally is a book. It has to be the real thing.
For
Oh, you
real.
can't do digitally. Yeah, I can see, and then like for certain books, because if I really want to like just soak up some knowledge, then I'm not gonna lie, I'll get an ebook because I can just listen to it no matter what I'm doing, and I'm listening to it for a reason and a purpose. But when it really comes to just studying and really, you know what I'm saying, just taking my time, no, I still like paperback. I like
Yeah.
paperback because my psychology book, that book was way too thick, and I was not reading that. Period. I listened to that on ebook, had no
Hey,
problem.
I'm just saying for real, like books are not obsolete, and I wish people would
Yeah,
understand that. They are not just because they're taking classrooms and everything to you know what I'm saying, laptops, computers and phones and all that because they're lazy and send you these pre-recorded videos doesn't mean that books are obsolete. I feel like everybody should own a plethora of hard paperback books. Period. I don't care what
yeah.
they just buy them. Just buy them up and keep them for real.
Well, the beautiful part is they still have the option nowadays. Because when I was in college, even though they do like to give ebooks or audio, whatever you
Yeah,
call them, they like to do that. They still have the option because in all of my classes, when I went and got my associates, and when I went back and got my medical assistant certification, I had the option to get paperback books, and I still have
yeah.
all of my books. I got all my medical books, all my
Period.
massage books.
Hell
Like
yeah.
I
Any
kept
books I
all of
paid
that
for in
knowledge.
college, I kept all of them. I ain't selling
Yes,
nothing.
keeping all of that.
Yeah, I'm not selling shit. And the reason I feel like that, especially about books, is because I feel like books hold so much knowledge. And what better way to dumb down a society of people than just burn all the books? You burn all the
Right.
books, shut down the internet. They ain't gonna know nothing about nothing.
And
You
that's
know,
what I'm saying.
like so. I feel like definitely buying all these books. Like anybody garage selling books, I try to buy every single one of them.
Do you got any Dr. Seuss books for the kids?
No, we ain't reading no damn Dr. Seuss.
You don't got Dr. Seuss books for the kids?
Mm, I had a whole bunch of them. They're in storage.
Oh. Those are some original books that I have some of, and like even I'm proud to say even Prince has had the experience of reading Hop on Pop and One Fish,
Really?
Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish.
Yo, we was just
Like
talking. We was just talking about this the other day because I'm like, yo, when I was a kid, like we went and saw stuff in real life. Like for Christmas, they used to do the Nutcracker at the Kansas Coliseum. Like we used to go down there and watch the Nutcracker at
I
the
thought they
Kansas
still do
Center
that.
or at Century Two. I don't know if they do, but I just know they did when we was kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to me, that shit's dope. West Side Stories. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I didn't get to make none of those field trips.
for real?
Seriously.
Damn.
So that's what I'm saying. Like for me,
I'm not
a
reading
lot of
Ashley's comment, but I did read it, and you're ridiculous.
actually see this is why.
Take that
Okay.
back.
I'm definitely not reading that out loud.
uh,
Ashley has no sense. And no, they're not, because you have a lot of kids that are smart in their own way.
I okay.
And we know she's playing, y'all, so don't get offended by that
She
comment.
is playing, I know, but she's funny.
You got to know her personality. Okay, reading some of these comments because they're getting too far ahead of me. All right. Let's say Michelle. I read books and play board games with my grandson. Yes, the board games is where it's at too, because little do we realize Monopoly taught you a lot about life.
Yeah,
Like that is a game, a board game that yes, you can play it and it's fun,
it
but
was
in
honest.
yes, in reality, if you look at the way life is ran, boom, that game helped you out.
Period.
Um, oh, and you already read
Hey,
Ashley's.
Michelle,
Good
I
luck.
appreciate that for sure.
Good luck doing a podcast without social media. I guess we can all get on a phone call and three-way each other. Yep, we'll have just a group phone call. Says the only thing I can do digitally, can't do digitally is a book. It has to be the real thing. Michelle says I like to read books. I absolutely love audiobooks. Yeah. D says I have a bad habit of putting numbers in my phone, and when I need the number, I don't know. So I do need to write them down. Nowadays, everything is so dependent on electronics. Yes, is
For
that's
real.
why I still write down my numbers and addresses. Um, Ashley says I definitely can't listen to a book. My attention span is too short.
Yeah.
Yeah, get you there.
You said you still write
D,
down your addresses, your stuff and
yeah,
addresses.
I have a black book with phone numbers and addresses in it.
I can't stand you like my great grandma. Like, hand me that book or hand me my pocket book and let me
Yeah,
look over here and
have in my
grab
pocketbook. You give me
it.
that address, baby, so I can write
I
this
get
letter.
the
And
number
send.
for you in a recla.
Yep, and look, and I'm gonna send you a Christmas card.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. D says, not sure if this is off topic, but have you guys ever go out to eat and everyone on their phones not talking to each other? It's weird. Yes. Yes.
That's
I'm that person to where
annoying.
like, yes, when we go out to eat, and I'm gonna just say for me and my family, when we do go out to eat, phones down, baby. If we're
Yeah.
all together, it's for us, it's a rare moment because I'm always so busy. The kids move and groove, and I don't require my kids to all sit at the kitchen table because my house is small too. But for us, normally we eat dinner at such a different pace and sometimes different times. So those moments that we are together eating, phones down. If we're together
Yeah.
watching a movie, phones down. Like there are certain times in my household, no, phones are not included, and I will have my phone down as well. And let me pick it up. I got a kid that's gonna be like, "Mom, you said no phones." And I'm like, "Okay,
Nah,
whatever."
for
So,
real. Though.
so I'm
But
I'm with you there.
I'll be honest. Like I'm guilty about it too. Like, and most of the stuff that I be watching, like on my phone, typically be about gardening or you know what I'm saying, like survival foods or compounds or you know what I'm saying, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Uh, Hunting, weapons, like that's
Not that Ashley said the field trips were way after my time. I am not that old, first off. And second off,
you try to make
I
it sound
could
like
have
I
went
was older than you, bro.
right.
That's crazy.
Right. He ain't. And second off, I just at that time I couldn't go to the Nutcracker because my mom didn't have the money. Okay. All right.
I dig it. I dig it. Well, listen, our school had a little program where if you didn't have the money, that the school would like pay
Well,
for
see,
you
that was after me
sometime.
because when
Yeah,
I was in school, they didn't give a damn. If you
yeah.
didn't have the bread, you weren't going. So, period. They didn't have those programs that, oh, if if you can't make it for us students, you know how they developed those programs because they didn't want kids to keep feeling left out
No
like me.
child left behind.
Right. So that's why they developed all those programs, like, to
I'm gonna
help
be
out with the
honest.
kids.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't miss a
Yeah.
field trip because my parents were drug dealers, so we always had money.
I mean, hey, mine were too, but there were still times to where we had to get it out the mud.
I feel that for sure.
There were still times in
Definitely.
those moments to where we
Hell
had to
yeah.
get it out the mud. And I think when the Nutcracker came up, I was in elementary school.
Yes, we
Yeah, we
both
was
were.
going through the thing. We was going. I was about to say that's when we moved to Hutch because I think I was like in fourth, fifth grade when it came
Oh,
time for
see,
the
yeah.
Nutcracker.
I
So
was still in Wichita at that time.
no, I was like, I think like fourth, fifth grade, and we
Yeah.
were in Hutchinson. And if y'all knew me back then, that was not a good time in my life. When I was in fourth, fifth grade, when we had just moved to Hutch, that was ugly time. So yeah, no, I wouldn't worry about no dang
Oh,
nutcracker. I was out there doing the cracking.
Ashley says she'll take you to the Nutcracker. It's actually
I
really
don't want
good.
to go. I'm not
Why?
about to play with Ashley. She
Why
said it
not?
was boring. I'm
It's
not about
really
to play with Ashley.
shit. We came to the Cosmosphere too when I was going to school. It's what?
Well, my kids got to have that experience, so I mean, they got
It's
to
just
enjoy it.
crazy. It's crazy that a lot of kids from Hutch don't even get to go to the damn Cosmosphere.
Are you serious? They don't still do
I'm just messing
the
with you.
field trips to the Cosmosphere anymore.
Yeah, no, they do. It's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know Hutch residents get in free. So
Yeah,
yeah, but I don't know. I feel like we really need to kind of probably do away with like mm, a lot of, I'm not gonna say most of or all of, but a lot of the traditional way of learning. I feel like people pick up on unorthodox way of learning better than they do structured, you know what I mean? Like
I just
straight
feel like
line.
it depends on your background and where you come from. Because, like I say, I got even family members. I have certain family members that if it wasn't for school, they
Cause
wouldn't be able to make it. So, I mean, I feel like some people they do need that structure. You know, like I have a cousin, and she knows this. I'm not gonna say no names, but she knows this because I've talked to her and she knows it. But I have a cousin who is like super highly intelligent. I mean, like she, to me, in my eyes, she's dang near genius status. Like she is so intelligent.
yeah,
But you get that sister out in them streets, no, that like that is just not her unformal learning or
yeah,
informal learning. That's just not her thing. Like she needs structure. She has a master's degree. And
no
like I'm
shit.
so proud of her. Like, yeah, I'm proud of her. Like she's so smart, so smart. But
Yo,
yeah,
Michelle
you get
said
that.
she remember when the Cosmosphere was being built.
Oh, damn.
Hey,
Okay.
don't say that stuff.
No, I didn't mean to like that. Still love you, Michelle,
Said,
but
damn.
that was that Kevin Hart. Damn.
Yo,
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to, but yeah,
yo,
that was a minute
that's
ago.
crazy.
Oh shoot.
You know,
And
Ashley
she said,
said she ain't
actually, you've
never
never
even been
seen
to
the
the
inside of
inside.
the Cosmosphere?
So then we gonna have to take you to the Cosmosphere.
Yeah, while you was talking trash, we gonna take you to the Cosmosphere. You
No,
can take
you
me to
go
see
to the
Nutcracker. Well, I don't want
Nutcracker,
to,
and she goes to
but
the Cosmosphere.
I know. See, I can't say that because the Cosmosphere. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all my experience with the Cosmosphere. As
Oh
I was dipping out on formal education, I used to go to the Cosmosphere. So that's how I know about the Cosmosphere because I was skipping class. So instead of learning formally, I went to learn informally.
yeah, you're bad.
Hey, I mean, that was me in school. And that's why I'm saying, like, as long as you learn and as long as you believe in educating yourself, that is what
Yes.
matters. Because I never thought in a million years that I would be where I'm at. I never thought in a million years I would have what I have. Um, and it really took for me just to be focused and dedicated. Because, like I say, y'all, just telling you my story, I dropped out in 10th grade. I found out I was pregnant at 15. I finished sophomore year. We ended up moving. So, yeah, that had a part to play in it. But
Yeah.
for me, I gave up trying to go back because after I had my baby, when I tried to go back to school here in Missouri at that time, they were like, well, no, they wanted me to take out 6 to 8 weeks to bond with my baby, which is understandable. It's reasonable. But by then, after bonding with her, I became attached to her. So I was like, forget it. I'm just going to get a job. And I was emancipated legally. And I just decided to just be a mother and go to work. And
Yeah.
I did that for a long time. Like I even got to a point to where I was tired of speaking the way that I was speaking. So my first step of educating myself, and this is what I did, I used to take every day I would take a different word out the dictionary. I would go from A through Z and just pick out random words and I would write it down in my journal. Like I have journals with words and definitions in them. And I would use that word every day for a week just to get it ingrained in my brain. And that's how I enhance my vocabulary. Like just
Yeah.
doing that for 6 months to a year, eventually I was speaking different. I was enunciating my words different. Like I was talking what they say proper. So that was like my first step of informal education, like me being structured on my own and not somebody forcing me to do things. Like I would write papers and write letters and I would do things at home. Like that was how I started educating myself. And after doing things like that, reading about business management, because I knew I wanted to be a business owner a long time ago.
Yes.
So before I went back to school, I started educating myself on business management and spreadsheets and, just payroll and like how to do a lot of stuff. So then when it was time for me to go back to school, I was like, yeah, let's do this. Like, let's do this. And that's why I will repeat again, everything came a little easier for me when I was learning because I chose to do so much on my own. So that's what I always stress to my kids and to people around. Don't wait for someone to tell you what to do. Do it,
Be
and then
proactive.
right, you got to be proactive. And then when you're in school, it won't feel like so much pressure because now you're doing what you love and what you want to do versus doing what someone's telling you to do. Because I feel like that is the issue too.
Yeah.
When you're in school and you're learning formally, you got people telling you what to do all day, every day. They're telling you, write it like this, say it like that. No, you did it wrong. Do it like this. And it's
Yeah.
discouraging. But when you're doing it on your own, when you have what am I trying to say? When you have the love for learning and you're doing it on your own, it becomes, instead of feeling attacked and criticized all the time, it becomes to constructive criticism. Like you're already doing this and a person helping you out. It doesn't feel so attacking like it does, if you're feeling forced.
Teach.
So that's why I always tell people like, jumpstart yourself. You got to be proactive on your own, and then school won't be so bad because learning does not just only apply to school. You need to learn at home, out in the street, everywhere. Like you should be soaking up information every day, all day. If you're not soaking up information from something, that means you're around the wrong people, baby.
Definitely.
Like you're in the
Definitely.
wrong. Hi, Shauna. Shauna's on here. You see your background. Okay. What? No,
What you
she
said about my
didn't.
background?
No, I was saying Shauna was
Oh,
on
she
here
sees
and
your background.
yeah, I told her, I said, I know you see my background. I'm looking at the comments, I'm catching up. So D says I didn't like field trips every time it was time for a field trip. I hated it and my mom made me go. Well, dang, D. Michelle says, I know some highly intelligent people and I don't know how they function in real life. That's for real. Like, I know some people like that. That's why I feel like you need informal. You need a little bit of formal and informal education because you need a little bit of both. That's just me. And then, really, Ashley, but you can't read my comments about these kids. Hey, Kyle. Hey, bro. He's on here. Shauna's on
What
here.
up, bro?
D says when you know what I wasn't gonna ask Michelle because D says when was it built if you don't mind me asking. So I was wondering,
I
but I
kind of want
wasn't
to
gonna
know
ask.
too.
So yeah, since D asked the question, Michelle, can you answer?
Will you
When
enlighten
was
us,
it?
please?
And then Ashley said, I went to school for the check. I needed the money. See, that is another benefit of, what I'm saying, going to school. And let me go ahead and refresh and reiterate for you guys that are just now coming in. We're talking about the different types of education,
Yes.
formal versus informal versus informal. And for those of you that do not know what informal education is, it is a little bit of both. That's more like trade school and hands-on experiences. You're learning both ways, not just all structure, but then not just fully life experiences. You have a little mixture of both. So that's informal. And we're talking about what is the best for you. For those of you guys that didn't catch the beginning, I asked the question and the question of the day, which was, which type of education do you believe is more beneficial? Formal education, which being structured, going to school, finishing college, or informal, which is life experiences, or informal, both. What do you guys feel is more beneficial? So,
No.
and it's all your opinion, your perception, how you look at life, how you learn. This is just something that that we think. So we're just, discussing it tonight. So tell me what you
62.
think.
62.
Drop the comment. Huh?
It
Oh,
was
62?
62.
Okay. Michelle, you're not that old.
Nah.
That's beautiful.
You and Shay was born in the same year, so I mean.
Okay, it was built in 1980. Yeah, I
Look.
see. I was right to 62 because I don't know. I didn't live in Hutch then. We moved to Hutch, I think, in 1995. So yeah, we moved in 95 because I was 9. And we moved out of Hutch in what was it? 2002? Because yeah, so we lived there for 6 years,
Damn.
7 years, 6 years, whatever it is. Y'all can add.
I haven't been to the Cosmosphere since I've lived here.
Really?
Yeah, we went. I
You
remember
haven't even
going
taken
when
the
I lived
kids?
in so, huh?
You haven't even taken the kids?
The school takes them.
Oh yeah, yeah, we did say that. Yeah.
I don't know. I
Oh,
think informal education for sure. I think we do well using both. You know what I mean? Like we can definitely be professional, more structured, more. You know what I mean? Um, Less slang, more proper terminology, professional. But
yeah.
I feel like we're more understood when we can do both. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And do both well.
I feel like it becomes easier. Learning is fun when you do both.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
because yeah, my ADD won't let me just do school all the way through. Like I have to make it fun. And I like to socialize. So I'm a social butterfly. So
Yeah,
yes, that those certain projects where you need teamwork and that's me. That's me. Certain projects, let's go.
I do. I like to work in the team setting. You know what I mean?
And you got to have the right team too, because
You
those people
do.
that wanted me to do all the work, I didn't like those people. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but having the right team, I feel like can get you far. And learning about teamwork and working good with others, I will say that is something that comes from structured learning. Because in school, they always put you guys in group. They always putting you in group exercises. So I feel like that's something that you learn going to school is how to successfully work as a team. Because some of these little selfish people, I feel like they didn't do good in their groups because I know some selfish people that don't know how to work and in teamwork, but I feel like that comes from maybe them being a little secluded because I have also some friends and family members that did homeschooling, and the
Yeah.
way that they learn is different than the way that even I would learn. So what do you
I
think about
feel-
homeschool, bro?
About what?
Homeschool.
Prefer it.
You prefer it?
Yep, I do.
Okay.
I do. And I have my opinions as to why, but I see the benefits from both, but I prefer homeschool. I do. I would. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't have the patience for it.
I do. And see, I do though. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
have the pay, but I love kids, so I love learning. I love to teach, and I love kids. So it would be easy for me to do
I
home.
love learning and I love kids. I don't necessarily love to teach. No, I like teaching because we are teachers every day. I mean, we're parents, so
Right.
we are teachers
Yes.
already. But for me, my patience wears thin, especially because the different personalities. And I can only use my 4 because I am their first teacher.
Yeah.
And I got 2 kids that learn great, that do great, then I got 2 kids that got to learn on their own. They like
Right.
me. They need to be doing other stuff. So, and I don't have patience for people like me.
Hey, at least you honest though. You
I can
recognize that.
admit that. I don't have
Yeah.
patience for people like me. And because I know I'm a special being. That's why I chase freedom in life, because I have to be able to learn on my own. I got to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And I got to be able to go where I want to go, where I want to go. Like that's just who I am as a person. I don't like to be caged. I don't like to be chained. I don't like to feel like I'm obligated. So for me, the freedom is very important, even when it comes to my learning atmosphere. I'm a free learner as well. Like I have to be able to just tell me what you need me to do and allow me to do it because I do my best. With that being said, I am detail oriented, but once you give me the description and tell me what I need to do, I can fly with it.
Yeah.
And that's just me. And I have found, even with a visual disability, there's not a lot in this world that I can't do. So that's why I also say that for me, I just made learning fun. And I found a way to continue to learn because I was told that with my visual disability, there's a lot of things that I'd never be able to do. And I've done them all. So I am also a prime example of a person, as long as you're willing to learn, you're going to learn.
Period.
So,
For sure.
hey, grandma. My grandma dropped in. Hey, grandma.
Hi, grandma.
Um, Recapping again, we're talking about education. Grandma, you can answer this question. What form of education do you feel is more beneficial? Learning in school, learning through experience, or a little bit of both? Like, which form of education do you feel is more beneficial? Grandma always be dropping some jewels on here, so we're going to give her a chance to answer that. Okay, and then D says, oh, Michelle says my nephews are homeschooled and they are very, very ahead of the game. Yeah, I
That's
agree.
a
Some
fact,
homeschool,
yo.
it depends on who the teacher is. Because I
Yeah.
feel like with me, kids wouldn't be ahead of the game. They would be on point. But I don't feel like they'd be ahead of the game because my patience level.
I feel
But
like they
yes,
definitely be ahead of the game if I was teaching. Hey, y'all, let's look, let's get it.
yeah. And then D says, well, you can't send your kids to school nowadays because of the violence, like shootings, and homeschooling might be safer. I agree there. D, I'm with you there because sometimes I fear for my kids' safety with all the little threats they be having too. So I'm with you there. I can agree there. But like I say, my issue is the patience. And that's why I'm chasing the financial freedom, because once I am financially stable, then I'll be able to pay somebody to come do that who does have patience.
Uh,
And
shit,
then,
our goal is to stack enough dough. We gonna build a school for real.
I'm with that too.
That's
Michelle
what
says, did you know that studies have been done and children can absorb a few hours each day? Yes, Michelle, and I'm with you on there. That's why I also feel like you don't need to be sitting in school all day. And that's why they have,
children are not
now
designed for that.
I was just about to say that. And
I feel
that is a part of the reason. And I'm going to say this from my opinion. This is my opinion, also being a medical professional. But I feel like a piece of the rise in ADD and ADHD in children is because we feel like a kid should be able to sit down for all of those hours to read, write, and do other things. When in all actuality, 9 times out of 10, a child is not able to sit for that long. Like, yeah, you have like, 30-minute recess, and then you might have a little 30-minute break. But if you think about 8 hours in a day, there's not too many children in this world that is going to be able to sit that whole time. Because even in other countries, they have different styles of learning. Like they have the kids outside, they have them doing different things because you can spark the brain by doing other things. So
yeah,
I agree with
and
Rolo. I
that's
feel like we're
that's
not meant to be sitting down all day. And I feel like that is a piece of the rise in ADD diagnosis in children, because when a child is fidgeting, they want to move around most of the time, if you
you like sit still.
outside and did something, you know what I'm saying, in a different way, you wouldn't feel like the child is even so antsy. But most kids just sitting there in the desk, yeah, they're gonna fidget and gonna move around.
Hey,
So then,
I feel like all of that we're discussing right now is by design. That's just a fact. They're
yeah,
doing that shit on purpose. They're conditioning our kids to be able to listen and
yeah,
apply and follow instructions. You know,
yeah,
and then as they get older, they start teaching them other things. You know what I'm saying? Like they start to kill the creativity and just basically program them to listen to what other people have to say. They don't want
Yeah.
them to form their own opinions. They don't want them to think outside of this box per se. They don't want them doing any of that. They just want them to follow the instructions, single
Yeah.
file, do what I asked you to do, go home, and do it again the next day.
And
You
most
know what I'm
children are
saying?
not going to do that. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like
That's because
most children
it's
are not
not
going to do that.
natural. It's not
Yeah.
natural. That's not
That's
natural.
why, that's what, like I say, after reading today about the types of education, that's why I'm big. I'm bigger now than I was before I read this on informal learning. Because like I said, that is both. That is taking your experiences, what your family taught you, what, you know what I'm saying, what life taught you,
Yeah.
and you're applying a little bit of structure in it, which is reading the books and, you know what I'm saying, sitting down for a minute learning. Like I really believe that is what takes a person far.
You think so?
I do. I do. I believe so. Like in my core, because you need a little bit of both. You know, like you said, especially as we're talking about all this, you need a little bit of both. I mean, I see. Whew, I ain't gonna get into too much because I was gonna go left with it, so I'm gonna stay right. we're gonna go. We're gonna go
Thank
back to
you.
some of these. We're gonna go back to some of these comments because I was getting ready to go all the way left.
I know, but it needs to be a topic of discussion.
Yeah, it does. It
For
does. Because
real.
this is something else. Okay, let me see. Where was I at? So after Michelle said the studies about a few hours each day, I definitely have read that and I'm with you there, Michelle.
Yes, I agree.
Because putting kids in school for 8 hours is ridiculous. With you there, says
Concur.
yes, too many kids getting diagnosed with ADHD. I can't sit for 8 hours a day. Michelle, me neither. Like, me neither.
I'm
I
not
can't.
going to sit for 8 hours a day. Even if
I'm
I
not either.
could, which I cannot, but I'm
Why?
not going to because that's just crazy. You know what I mean?
If you don't get out. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like, there's no reason for that. That's pure insanity.
What? In the oven.
I feel
My
like our
bad, y'all.
kids, I feel like our kids should be learning actual life skills. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
shit.
they should.
Like they need to be learning gardening. Of course, they know math, but they need to learn how to garden and harvest their own foods, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like they need to learn how to do all that shit. Start a
We
fire,
definitely
how to
need.
make electricity. Like I feel like we did all kinds of
I was
dope
about to
ass
say
stuff.
we learned all of that. Like, you
All
know,
of it. Like our shit was like a survival class. It wasn't even like school. It was like fucking Survivor for real.
do they still have home economics in middle school anymore? I don't know.
Um, Hey, I'm only gonna
Do
tell you.
they?
I'm only gonna say
That's
this shit one time.
what.
I've been out of school for 20 years. I do not.
But bro, you have kids.
Hey, y'all got home ec and oh, you're in elementary school.
Well, see,
Junior.
because Damien's about to go to high school, but I can't even ask Damien because he didn't even go to traditional middle school. And Shauna is a senior, so
Junior and them did. They cooked and did all that.
they still have home economics in middle school.
They do, I believe.
Okay. Because I, like, when I was in middle school, we had home economics and then shop. Because I
Yeah,
did both. I did shop. I learned how to work with my hands and cutting wood and all that stuff too.
for real.
Yeah, like, and that's why I'm like, I don't even know if they do that anymore. Now, I don't think they do the wood shop class anymore or mechanics, or I don't think they do those.
I don't
Um,
know. No, we had small engines, wood shop. We had computer tech. Uh, shit, I can't
yeah,
even.
I don't.
We had a lot of
I
stuff.
didn't have a computer class when I was in middle school. I don't think they had designed that just yet because computers hadn't too long been out.
It's
but
true, but I'm not.
but
I was talking about high school.
Oh yeah, see, yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't. I only did 10th. Even in high school, I didn't have a computer class. But
yeah.
yeah, I didn't. I didn't. I'm thinking about it. But I will say though, in middle school, and I noticed they don't do this anymore in middle school. When I went to middle school, I had a class called career skills, and they taught us about checks, stocks, bonds, CDs, trusts. They taught us about how to write different signatures because I have two signatures.
Yeah.
Um, they taught us
Change
that.
your
They taught us
signature
to
so nobody can forge it.
forge your signature.
Yeah.
Like we were taught stuff like that. And when I was in seventh grade, so I'm like, I don't even think they teach stuff like that. Now I know as a senior, you take financial literacy in high school,
Yeah.
but no, like when I was in middle school, I learned how to balance a checkbook. Like we learned how to write checks and do all that stuff in seventh grade. So I'm like,
That
I
shit's
wonder, do they
dope.
even do that?
I feel like they should be doing that. Financial literacy is super important.
But
And
they
the
make you
crazy thing
take it
is,
before you graduate, though. But
yeah,
I'm saying they don't do it in middle school.
no. And that's where they should start. And I feel like they should start that in middle school and then just keep doing it all the way up through high school because that's something kids should learn. And I also believe that part should also start at home because we need to be teaching our kids financial literacy at home because I feel like we spend different than what they would
Yeah,
consider financial literacy because our pockets are different than other people's
yeah,
pockets.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
You
I
know, I
feel
teach
like
my kids financial literacy, period, because I want
hell
them
yeah,
to
you need
understand
to
the
know that.
rotation of money. Yeah, like and I teach them all that before before high school.
Hell
I am
yeah.
one of the parents since I am so hands-on. And I know old school, this is a different type of rule than what I teach mine, but it is what it is. But my kids, they're with me when I pay the bills, when the mortgage comes out. Like I have no problem sitting down with my kids and showing them the bank
Where the
account
money go,
because
yeah.
yeah, I want them to see this. Like and they know that. Like I have when we go to the store, I mean I don't get no stamps. So when we go to the store, no, we're calculating up this stuff together.
Yeah.
And we have a game to where we even estimate and to see how, roundabout where we are. Like and we all put different numbers and we just throw it out there and we see who wins. But like we do stuff like that. And I've been doing stuff like that with my kids forever because I want them. Money is very important to learn about. And I feel like today they don't stress. Now they stress the wrong type of importance on money. They
Yeah.
want you to go chase it and go get it and do everything to have it. But then they're not stressing
They
of
want you to
how
blow it
important
on
it is to
shit
learn
that
how to,
don't,
yes, how to budget it, how to
yeah,
invest it, how
how
to
to
flip it
invest
in a
it
good way. Yes, you
for
know what I'm saying?
sure.
And
Yeah,
that is one thing that I teach mine. Like you gotta know where it's going. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like you gotta know where your money's going.
for
Always know
sure.
where your money's
Hey, money is a
going.
very powerful, and what I try to tell people is money is a very powerful tool. You can
Yeah.
never have too much of it. You can always have not enough, but you can never have too much of it. And
Yeah.
money is a tool. You know what I mean? To be used. It's not something that you're supposed to idolize and want to hold on to and all this shit. Nah, man. If you're gonna give your or try to establish generational wealth for your family and your kids, cash and money is not where it's at. You know what I mean? Like you need to be investing that into something else that's gonna appreciate over time and not waste it on useless, pointless stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Michelle said people can't balance a checkbook without QuickBooks. I'm with you,
that's
Michelle, and
crazy,
seeing
right?
that's why I still use pencil and paper because yeah, I don't even use QuickBooks for my business. Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah, I don't.
you
I'm
do
serious,
all.
bro. Like I will sit there with my calculator and do everything on my spreadsheet.
Hey, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm so grateful I got two wives because they handle all that. I ain't got
See,
to
and that's the beautiful
nothing.
thing. That's the beautiful thing.
Like I go out here
I
and
said,
sweat to death. Y'all just take care of the financial shit, please.
oops. Oh, my phone is about to drop. Okay, we got it. Okay. So tonight on education, y'all, we're gonna start wrapping this up.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like we've covered a lot of bases. Talked about different styles of learning. I like learning. Learning is fun. Well, I do have a question though. What do you do to make learning fun in your house before we tailor it?
What do I do?
Yeah.
To make learning fun in my house?
Yeah.
Honestly, nothing. I'm just naturally fun. So
You're not fun all the time, bro.
I'm so fun and then it don't even make no sense. I'm so fun it don't even make no type of sense at
Not
all.
that fun.
I'm pretty damn fun.
Yeah.
And my kids have fun, so
Well, that's good. So,
yes,
Michelle, what do you do to make fun learning for your grandson? I know you said you play board games with them, but what do you guys do to make learning fun? Like, how do you make sure you learn something new every day? Or if you have kids or grandkids, what do you do to make sure that they're constantly learning? Drop that in the comments. I want to know. I like hearing different people's ideas because there's different strokes for different folks. And you never know, something that you guys might do, I might apply it to my little one. So, you never know. I just like to hear different ideas
definitely.
because as we know, learning is important. So what
Right.
do
And I
y'all
and
do
I,
to
pr-
keep
I praise my kids a lot when they
really
do
when they do
something
great?
and when they do great, which is almost all the time. But even when they don't, I still praise them a little bit. But when they do something, like when they do what they're supposed to do, or they do something really, really well, I praise the shit up
Mhm. Well,
for
that's
real.
good. That is good.
I love these little gremlins.
Okay, Michelle says make it a game. Try to put a question into real life. I like that. I like
Mm,
that.
for real.
All out my brain is so warped, y'all. All I keep thinking is if Jimmy has 5 apples and
You're ridiculous.
you take away 3 apples, how many apples did Jimmy got left?
Four. Hey, that should have had you ready to snap. Hey, my
I'm
youngest,
telling
my
you.
youngest boy, he'll ask me a question about something, and I'll tell him the answer, and he'll be like, "That's not it," and run off.
Like, what you asked the question for?
I thought, "How the hell you gonna tell me? Like, I've been here longer than you." And he's like, "No." I'm like, "Get away from me."
Yeah. Yeah. Prince did me like that the other day. He asked me a question, I answered it. So he told me I was wrong. As a matter of fact, it was about his last name. And that's the crazy part. He said, Mom, he was like, how you spell my last name? So I spelled it for him. He said, that's not how you spell it. I said, Prince, that
How
is
you
how you
spell
spell
it,
it.
T?
Right. So, but no, listen what he said though. I said, that is how you spell it. He said, no, it's not. I said, Prince, I've been knowing your last name longer than you've even been alive. So I know how to spell your last name. He said, you haven't been spelling it longer than me. He said, because I'm my dad and I just came back. Peekaboo. I was like, what? If you don't go somewhere, it was like, he said, I just came back. I was
I wouldn't
like,
have knew what to do.
I did it.
I'm
I
like,
just
should
started
I be
busting out
scared?
laughing. No, I just started busting out laughing. And because the funny part is he has his dad's sense of humor. And I think it is just so funny and so amazing of how it peaks out at the craziest times because he's like, yeah, I've been spelling my last name longer than you. I've been here. I just came back. Peekaboo. I'm just like,
Hey,
what
that's
is
crazy.
uh,
We're gonna have to talk about that one time too. Reincarnation.
oh yeah.
Look at that.
Okay. So with that being said, okay, we're getting ready to wind down, you guys. Um, and this is something that I want from y'all, so that way you guys can be more involved in some of the stuff that we talk about. If you guys would like for us to hit on any conversation, reach out to us. You can message Rolo or myself. You can put it on Heightened and Enlightened page, or you can put it in here one night. You know what I'm saying? Towards the end when we're winding down. But your comments and everything matters. Um, I appreciate y'all. And yeah, drop it in the comment if you guys have a topic that you guys feel like we should all discuss together because we do this with you guys. It's not just us. You guys are involved. We are a village, like we always say. So
Yeah,
drop it in the comments. If y'all got some, let us know. Because, bro, I don't even think we talked about what we're going to speak about next week.
I don't think so.
No,
But
we didn't hit
I
on
will
that.
say this. Uh yeah, we definitely do not mind talking about certain topics that you guys feel like is relevant to what's happening right now. But one thing we definitely will not discuss would be politics. We do not
Yes,
discuss
please, no
politics.
politics.
Uh,
No politics.
like we will
I,
not do politics. We'll do it pretty much anything and everything, but politics will not be one of them.
yes, because that is too dividing.
Yeah.
That is too dividing. And we're not about to be getting banned on this little blue app
Yes.
because,
And it's not even
because
just
of,
about getting banned. It's not even just that. It's like we're trying to build a relationship and a bond and a connection with all of our viewers because we do care about you and we do
yeah,
care about your success as far as your healing journey goes. So we don't want to bring up any topics that could be sensitive or triggers or anything that could potentially put draw a wedge between any of us.
right.
So
Yes,
we don't want to talk about politics, and we try to stay away from religion as much as possible. So
yes,
aside from
yes,
that, we can pretty much talk about anything and everything you want to talk about, but respectfully, please, no politics.
yes, yes. No politics. Michelle got it.
Yeah,
No
none,
politics.
none.
And Michelle, I will be waiting for that message because yes, I want to hear about that. She said she has a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing she does with her grandson. Please give it all to me. So yeah, I
Yeah,
would love to try new things. Because that's why we do this. You know, we do this because we are a village. I mean, different strokes, different folks. Just because we have differences does not mean that we can't come together. So we're going to
right.
continue to do things that's going to bring us together, like Rolo said. So yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah, you guys drop those comments. So, winding down, we talked about education today, the different types of education, what's best for you. And then we like always, we like to put in our personal experiences and our personal opinions in this because that also matters. Everybody's different. And we just like to tell you guys what worked for us because you never know. Something that worked for us might work for you. So
yeah.
that's why we like to share. But next week, bro, what do you want to talk about? Do you want to discuss this now, or we can just post the question of the day and we can go,
Let's
do that
post the
later.
question. Let's post the question of the day.
Okay, so you guys, so with today, we went over education. Next week, we're gonna just stay tuned. We're gonna get back with you on that. Rolo and I are gonna discuss what we're gonna talk about next week, and you guys are gonna be the first people to know when
Should
we
it be
figure it
something?
out.
Should it be something serious or something fun? I want to hear from the people. Like,
Right. What do you guys
we want to
think?
talk about something serious, or do we want to talk about something fun, or do we want to save all the seriousness for when school starts and everybody's all pissed off and angry because it's cold and
No,
kids?
no. No, no, no. I got a good idea for a topic. We're just gonna figure out. Oh, rich abundance, brother Donnell.
Hey, for
Hello to
sure.
you.
I
Ashe,
share.
my brother. Thank
I
you for
share.
joining in. Better late than never. Um, we are getting ready to get off of here. Brother, you can catch the recap. We talked about education today and the different types of education and what works best for you. Because there's different types of learning. So that's kind of what we went over. You guys check in Wednesday for the question of the day. I will have it posted this Wednesday on time. I promise. I promise I will. So, but I just want to thank you guys. I appreciate all the love, all the comments. I
Yeah,
appreciate for all of you guys showing up every Sunday. Like it means a lot. It does.
it does. Thank you.
It and bro, is there any closing statements that you want to make? Is there anything you want to say to anybody?
Uh, though my views may be different as far as education goes than a lot of other people's, I still feel like it is very important that you go and finish high school and finish school, even if you don't go to the next level and go to college, at least finish the basics so you could have the basic knowledge. Where you choose to go from there is up to you, but at least take your time, learn what you can, going 1 through 12, and then go from there.
Yes. Yes. And I will add, you guys, never let no one stop you from doing what you need to do, because the only person that can stop you from learning is you. You can do whatever you put your mind to, and it's a whole world out there full of information. Never be afraid of learning. So I thank you. We appreciate you. We love you. And like we always say, you guys stay heightened and enlightened and happy healing. Have a great night. Much love, much love. Peace and love.